Students are wondering why it took Humber so long to decide to close the school last Friday.
And an arrest has been made in the shooting of the 15-year-old Toronto boy gunned down Monday night. Humber News starts now.
Hello, it's Wednesday, February 13th. Welcome to Humber News, coming to you from the Broadcast Center here at the North Campus. I'm Marco DeMeo. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Helen Surgener. Ahead on our show, we have all your news and sports highlights, as well as your 5-day weather forecast. But first, Marco has our top story.
Today, Humber staff will be meeting to discuss decisions that took place regarding last Friday's snow day. The announcement to close Humber came Friday morning. Many students and teachers were already on their way. Humber reporter Julia Frazina has the report.
Humber students were up early Friday morning waiting for any word of a snow day announcement. Many students were on their way to school when the announcement finally came at about 6:45 a.m. Other post-secondary schools such as York University, Ryerson and Mohawk College made the announcement before 6 a.m. Humber's Associate Director of Public Safety, Michael Kopanak, says their current policies are under review, but the real problem is issues with Humber's technology.
At the end of the day, what I think we really need to iron out is our technology issues. And if we can iron out the technology issues, I actually don't think the 6:35, because really, if we make the decision at 6:35, it should be ready to go and everywhere by 6:40.
Kopanek says there are approximately 5,000 to 10,000 people that commute to Humber's North and Lakeshore campus. These people are commuting from all over the GTA and even beyond. Kopanek says that unfortunately there were students and teachers that made the commute.
There wasn't a lot, but there were some. Yeah, there were some, and of course that's never great when people, and there were some staff that showed up too, right? That happens regardless if we get the message out even the night before. People end up showing up because they either never thought about it, didn't get the message, didn't think to ask, who knows?
Humber instructor Nathan Campbell says he stopped halfway through his commute Friday morning from Cambridge before he turned back. He says the policy needs to change.
Well, for me, to make sure that they would let us know at about 6, or even before 6, between 5:30 and 6. Yeah, would be the best idea. Yeah, for sure.
Kopanak says that he hopes in today's meeting about Friday's snow day that they will reevaluate the current policies. Julia Frazina, Humber News.
Toronto police have charged a 17-year-old boy with manslaughter in the death of a 15-year-old at a turf grassway home near Jane and Finch on Monday. The victim died in hospital from a gunshot wound. Both the name of the male victim and the accused cannot be identified under the Youth Criminal Justice Act. Earlier today, the accused appeared in court. 2 others were arrested, but police say the charges against them were unrelated to this investigation. The incident has many community leaders once again calling for a stop to end youth violence.
The City of Toronto committee is looking for a new budget chief and is recommending Etobicoke North Councillor Vincent Crisanti fill the void. Rob Ford has been looking for someone to fill the vacancy created when Councillor Mike Del Grande resigned last month from the position on the Mayor's Executive Committee. It's been reported that Ford's biggest critic, Adam Vaughan, wanted the job but was rejected. Councillor Francis Nunziata is also being recommended for the Budget Committee. City Council will make the formal appointments next week.
The City of Toronto wants to have a conversation about condos. 4 public meetings are being held to hear from condo residents and anyone else who has something to say about condo living in the city. Staff will be listening for public concerns and comments to inform policy creation. Some existing issues include access to parks and childcare. Etobicoke residents will have their chance to speak on February 21st at All Saints Kingsway Anglican Church on Bloor Street West. The meeting will begin at 7 p.m.
The special day of some Toronto brides has turned into a costly headache. Toronto police are investigating a potential fraud case after the abrupt closure of a Spadina bridal store. Several brides-to-be were offered a discount price on wedding gowns at Classy Collection if they paid for their dresses in cash, but they returned to find that the owner closed shop in January and all the wedding dresses were cleared out. Toronto police say they're investigating the case, but in the meantime, consumers need to be wary when asked to pay with cash.
Despite the missing wedding gowns, love is in the air and Cupid is on campus as Valentine's Day approaches. Gourmet Express is having a sweetheart coffee deal. Valentine's night, 96.9 Radio Humber will be at Lynx, acting as a matchmaker, giving away free concert tickets. Or you could cuddle up with a blind date from the library during their blind date with a book event. They've wrapped up the book so there's no way to judge it by its cover. HSF will be in the Student Center tomorrow from 11 to 3, joined by makeup artists and barbers for complimentary Valentine's makeovers. And if you're waking up now and realizing tomorrow's the day, HSF will also be handing out roses and candygrams throughout the day.
When we come back, we'll have more news from around the country and the world. Daniel Bazzelli will have your sports news, and Ryan Sondercook will have your weather forecast.
Snow from last week's big storm has almost melted, but don't expect the mild temperatures to stick around much longer. I'll have all the details in your 5-day forecast after the break.